Welcome to this Quick Take Rapid Learning module. Today's topic, the curse of knowledge, why it hurts training, and how to overcome it. Chances are, at some point in your career, you ran into an expert who struggled to teach others. They sped through difficult topics like they were a cinch. They used jargon learners didn't understand. And worst of all, they didn't realize their audience was totally lost. Researchers call this phenomenon the curse of knowledge. And it's a big training and development challenge in all organizations, including yours. Your in-house experts possess valuable practical and institutional knowledge that needs to be transferred to others. But bridging that knowledge gap can lead to frustration for both teachers and learners. At best, knowledge transfer is inefficient. At worst, it stops happening at all. So, what can you do to help? In this quick take, you will learn why it's so hard for experts to share what they know, how to use the power of near-peer training to bridge the knowledge gap between experts and inexperienced learners, and why near-peer training benefits everyone involved in training, experts, learners, and the near-peers themselves. The problem, according to extensive research, isn't just that experts know too much. It's how their brains organize that knowledge. When you first learn something, you learn it in pieces. When children first learn to read, for example, they start with individual letters. Then they move on to words and sentences. Ultimately, however, people learn to process what they read on an entirely different level. They stop looking at the words and letters and focus on the meaning. So, if you asked accomplished readers to describe what they do, they won't say, "I'm decoding letters." They'll say it's about comprehension, understanding what the writer is trying to say, which doesn't help someone who's still trying to match letters to sounds. Something similar happens when you master any body of knowledge. You no longer see the knowledge in terms of discrete pieces. You see it as a whole. But people still need to learn it piece by piece. So how can you bridge the gap between how experts think and what novices need to know? A recent study at a German medical school suggests an unlikely source of help. In the study, researchers divided a class of third-year doctors in training into two groups. Both groups attended the university's standard lecture, conducted by an experienced professor. After the lecture, Group 1, the control group, attended traditional tutorials led by the professor, who answered questions and elaborated on the lecture content. Group 2's tutorials were conducted by 4th and 5th-year medical students just slightly more experienced than those in the class. The study called these trainers near-peers. On the final exam, Group 2's median test score was 20% higher than the group taught solely by the experienced professor. What's more, 72% of those in Group 2 received the highest grade possible, while no students from the control group did. Why such a stunning difference? The researchers said that the near-peers were far more successful instructors specifically because they had only a year or two more experience than their learners. This level of experience was important for two reasons. On the one hand, the near-peer instructors were knowledgeable enough to confidently conduct the course. On the other hand, they were still close enough to their own learning experience that they could teach the subject matter the way they wished they'd learned it. When the researchers looked more closely at these follow-up sessions, they noted a huge difference between the professor-led follow-up sessions and those conducted by near-peers. The near-peers didn't focus as much on concepts, ideas, and theory. They took a more pragmatic, hands-on approach. They didn't spend much time explaining the material. Instead, they demonstrated techniques, gave trainees opportunities to practice, and provided constructive feedback. Near-peer training offers other benefits as well. First, it increases engagement and satisfaction. In the study, over 90% of the peer-instructed students rated the course very good or good, compared with only 18% of the professor-led group. These outcomes are consistent with other studies, which show that when peers interact during the learning process, engagement and results improve. Second, near-peer instruction isn't just good for learners. It's also a learning experience for the near-peer trainers. It forces them to dive deep and to reflect and expand on their own knowledge base. Near-peers also get valuable coaching experience, which can help prepare them for a future managerial role and boost self-confidence in their own job performance. So, when should you use near-peer training? It's best used for complex high-level skills. With routine job skills, there's not much danger of the curse of knowledge, and peers often informally help coworkers with these tasks already. It's also ideal for practice and follow-up. As the study showed, the expert's key role is delivering their knowledge, but near peers may be more effective at showing trainees how to apply the knowledge. To use this method in your training program, consider emulating the study design. Have an experienced professional, whether it's you as the manager or another expert, present and explain the initial training concept. Then, delegate follow-up and any hands-on practice to someone with just a little more experience than the trainee. Researchers suggest it will improve your training results and benefit both the trainee and peer instructor. Thanks for watching. Now return to the program page and take the quiz. Also, please take 15 seconds to click on the survey link and fill out an evaluation of this program.